Take a little detour because you know what we do every day at 4 o'clock. Hit it, Sil.
Now, Gimme More at 4 with Sylvana Kelleher.
Because you can never get enough.
All right, very NFL heavy today. They do not call it the witching hour for nothing. 5 backup quarterbacks started yesterday, and one overshining them all to my demise. And overwhelming emotion from one unlikely suspect. But first, Gimme More at 4 is brought to you by Vonsey Brewing Company in Norristown. Don't miss their Oktoberfest celebration all weekend long, Friday through Sunday, featuring authentic German food, live music, and traditional German outfits and decor. Visit VonseyBrewing.com and find out more. I'm not sure if you guys noticed there was a lot going on in yesterday's game, but we saw a lot of emotion in yesterday's Eagles games by our rather stoic Jalen Hurts. We saw him animated on the sidelines talking to Kevin Patullo like you guys were just talking about. We also saw him hyping up the defense, and we saw even more post-game with him afterwards when he crashed Jordan Davis's interview, and it's a pretty cool moment. Here is part of it.
When I saw you and Jalen Carter line up next together, I said, them Georgia boys about to make a play. I already knew what time it was.
We talked about it.
That's exactly what it was.
Ice 'em.
Game over.
You heard it here first, man. You heard it here first.
Hey, can I get a go dogs then? One good time, Jordan.
Go dogs. Go dogs. Go dogs. Go dogs.
Get out of here, Jalen.
So not only do we hear Jalen Hurts showing some hype, but we also get him making some jokes. And it's kind of like, I'm a sucker for seeing Jalen Hurts show any emotion. It is like seeing a dog walk on its hind legs. It's not happening often. And he had an absolute incredible game. And it seems to me that this continues with the same sentiment that I've had so far this season, that we're continuing to see a little bit different of a Jalen Hurts this season.
Yeah, he's having a little more
Super Bowl MVP.
A little more fun, a little bit more loose, at least after. I mean, he didn't look that way on the field.
No, absolutely not.
But when he said, "Yeah, I knew the Georgia boys were going to do something," when I saw Carter and Davis next to each other. I mean, they had done it earlier in the game.
Yeah, they already did it once.
They had
You
them
would think
figured
they were.
out.
I mean, plus they're just beasts. Can you imagine the push they must get on that?
Oh my gosh.
Well, Sirianni, who we just heard from, I mean, he did say something interesting about that all these guys who are starters who still play on special teams, including Carter and Davis. And then he talked about some of the offensive linemen who are still on field goal kick. Like, the fact that Carter and Davis are not only on the field goal block, but they actually put a lot of effort into it, and they get 2 blocks is huge.
He said they practice it a lot. I mean, think about that for a second. You're practicing and knowing what you need to do and how high up you need to be and all this other analytical garbage that they give them. I mean, these guys are both beasts, number one. And think about the wingspan. I mean, he's got a big paw on him to start with in a guy like Jordan Davis. And then standing straight up. I mean, think about it. Think about kicking over somebody like that.
It's
Good
pretty
job.
impressive. Now, that rolls us right into our next thing, because if you're a frequent Red Zone watcher, you know something about the witching hour, where games turn pretty much every game that you thought was a lock. Yeah, well, it's not always a lock. Things can change. And not only did something crazy like a blocked field goal happen to the Eagles at the end of the game. Mind you, Eagles had 2 blocked field goals, but there were 2 other teams in the NFL that in the final seconds of their games had blocked field goals. So the Browns were up against the Green Bay Packers, who I picked, and they most certainly did not win. The Browns blocked Green Bay's go-ahead field goal with just 27 seconds left. They won the game. And then you had the Jets block Tampa Bay's field goal with 2 minutes left. However, the Jets did not have as great of a story as the Eagles and the Browns, because the Jets still somehow winded up losing.
Yeah, it was a wild Sunday.
Actually, 4 total blocked field goals in one day. And then the final 3, all within like a minutes of each other.
But
that is insane.
That is insane. But you know what's more insane?
It better.
How are you going to drop the witching hour and not drop the line? He says, and now we've reached the witching hour, when wins become losses and losses become wins.
And field goals become touchdowns.
Right? Exactly.
But it was a wild, wild Sunday.
By the way, I had them all on. I saw them all, and it was like bing, bing, bing. It was crazy.
See, I missed it. Normally, I'm sitting at home watching the Red Zone in between commercials, but I was at the game, so I missed all of it. I went back last night,
Absolutely nuts.
and I was laying there watching some of the You know how YouTube puts like the 15-minute versions of games? I watched a lot of the games last night in the 15-minute versions.
I had it perfect. I had the red zone above me. I had the Buccaneers on my computer, and I had the Eagles on the TV.
Wild Sunday. NFL was awesome, man. Nothing's better.
Upsets galore. I mean, I literally went 0-3 in all my picks. It was a crazy, crazy Sunday.
That's just bad betting.
And finally, to even make it even more crazy, there were 5 backup quarterbacks that started yesterday. And if you listen to Gimme More At last week, I talked about a certain one. I talked about Carson Wentz and how he was going to be taking over this weekend with J.J. McCarthy being out for the Vikings. And I said, I was going up against Bill and Ricky saying, I don't root for him anymore. I have closed the door. I don't root for his success, but you guys did. And I think that he heard it because the Vikings absolutely crushed the very lowly Cincinnati Bengals, and Carson Wentz had an absolute incredible performance against them as well. He had 173 passing yards, 70% completion percentage, 2 passing touchdowns, no interceptions, a rating of 129.8. He did have a really good game, and I do have to admit it, but that doesn't mean I'm changing my stance. I'm not going to change my stance and say that
I think Isaiah Rodgers had a better game.
Oh, he did. He had Isaiah Rodgers, also former Eagle as well, had an incredible game.
But you told me I'm not allowed to talk about Isaiah Rodgers anymore.
You're not.
I brought him up too much, you said.
I brought him up.
Because I'm still upset that they let him walk.
But you guys
That's
are
just sour
overlooking the
grapes.
important part.
He had a good game.
You guys are overlooking the important part. Is Carson Wentz going to be a part of another quarterback controversy? This is the biggest thing. This is the biggest takeaway.
I have made my statement about what I think about J.J. McCarthy.
A lot of people are in agreement with you. I'm surprised that he has looked that bad over the first couple weeks.
Season. I've seen him in college. He never impressed me in college that much.
Well, the thing is what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that Carson Wentz continues to play well, and that even when McCarthy comes back, you get Carson Wentz versus the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, because it's just a couple weeks away.
Look, if he keeps winning games, but look, still,
I just want to give a warning.
You know I was rooting for Wentz.
They're not going to do it.
But I do got to calm you down a little bit. You said Carson Wentz played an absolutely incredible game. I wouldn't go that. I mean, it was
statistically.
It was a good 173 yards. I wouldn't say is incredible.
As a backup, he did pretty. I mean.
Yeah, he was solid.
Well. I must admit, I did not watch the game, obviously. I must admit, I did not watch it.
He did not
I was a box score watcher.
Their defense was crushing.
Yeah, the defense was
plus the Bengals, without Joe Burrow, are a bad defensive team.
They've been a bad
Even with Joe Burrow, they're a bad defensive team.
Like I said, it was against the lowly Bengals team right now off the
Wait, who do they have? Who do they have next week, Minnesota? Let me see. I'm going to pull it up.
That is a good question.
All right, they're at Pittsburgh, at Cleveland. So
they have a 9:30 game.
That game, it's in London.
I know. No, it's in not London.
Does he keep
Ireland.
it going?
Ireland.
Does he keep building, or does he slide back down? Does he go back?
I would be blown away if he has a good game against the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns defense is phenomenal.
And the Steelers.
Next.
And the Steelers.
But I'm saying the week after that.
All right.
Like the Steelers, maybe.
Yeah, I know.
Cleveland Browns, no way.
A lot of people are making fun of that Packers game, but that Browns defense is legit.
You got to get Jim Schwartz going up against Carson.
It's a good defense.
You remember
it is a good defense.
Who was your defensive coordinator when Carson was here?
Schwartz.
It was Schwartz.
Yep.
Funny how things turn around. Just letting you know, Vikings fan is probably gonna slip back down. Don't get too excited.
Don't be hating on Carson.
Don't be too excited.
Well, that's in Pittsburgh too.
Yeah, he's got back-to-back road games. Tough division. Tough division. The AFC East. Not the AFC East. AFC North. Excuse me.
By the way, what would be messed up is let's face it. Carson, I don't think J.J. McCarthy can handle the Eagles. Let alone Carson Wentz.
No.
And by the way, how about if Wentz has another good game this weekend and then JJ's coming back and Carson gets benched? Same problem has happened in Philly.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. Is he going to be another part?
The biggest takeaway.
No, I mean, like, he's going to be a problem.
Oh yeah, they're gonna. Another story's gonna come out. Another story's gonna come out. An inside story.
I think he's been humbled.
Maybe.
I think he's been humbled.
What's up, everybody? It's Bill Colarulo from Unfiltered with Ricky Bo and Bill Colarulo. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel because we post a ton of content. It's not just what you hear on air. We're posting content all day long. We do some things before the show, after the show, even stuff during the show. So subscribe, like, do whatever you got to do. We got all this content coming to you every single day.